Hi, welcome to valuationpodcast.com, a podcast and video series about all things related to business and valuation. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I provide online valuation services for mediation and litigation based in St. Louis, Missouri. Today, we'll be discussing divorce, prenups, and parenting plans with Calina Costa Plotky. She's a family law attorney in Atlanta, Georgia with KF Law, LLC. She concentrates primarily on family law, which would include divorce or child custody, child support, modification of maintenance, alimony, prenuptial agreements, and the list goes on. As they get divorced and they're going through the process, they have to start kind of figuring out how they're going to co-parent. And co-parenting is sort of just a concept that you understand in the midst of divorce, but in that aspect, you start to talk about it and you start to put together a parenting plan. And I think different states can call them different words. But what is traditionally included in a parenting plan?
Usually the regular schedule, so whatever that is during the child's school year, even if the children aren't in like regular school yet, we usually use that calendar to go off of. And then you do the summer schedule as well as major holiday schedules. Parenting plans can be as detailed as we need them to be or as ambiguous as we need them to be. So if I'm representing a parent who is getting primary custody and I know they're going to get primary custody, then I might leave out all those 3-day holidays like Martin Luther King Day, President's Day, stuff like that, because I know more than likely that weekend's going to line up with my client's weekend anyway, and I don't want to take away less time from my client. However, on the flip side, if I know I'm representing the secondary parent and I know they're going to be the secondary parent, then I might want all those weekends included because it gives them potential to have more of those weekends. And honestly, a lot of the things too, we take our client's cue. I have had parenting plans that are 15 pages where there's provisions that each parent has to give the medicine prescribed to the child. I never thought that would need to be in one. We're literally going back to court for contempt for that provision. And even when it comes to tiebreaker on, let's say, medical decisions, we can write parenting plans in such a way that basically the tiebreaker gets to decide if the sky is blue. Mm-hmm. Whereas if we have one parent that's over treating a child and another parent that is just completely uninterested in medical decisions, how we do it is we'll say, okay, you follow the recommendations of the primary care physician. If a parent disagrees with that primary care physician, they can get a secondary opinion. If that doctor who gave a secondary opinion disagrees with the first, then they both jointly, the doctors, have to come up with a third tie-breaking doctor. And so essentially it gives doctors all the decisions rather than the parents. Now, I don't think that's usually the best way to go about something, but when we have parents that absolutely refuse to agree with each other on things like that, that's what we do, or we tell them they have to go to a mediator every time they disagree.
Yeah, and I think that we'll see them quite often in mediation because you can go mediate an issue afterwards. Or it seems like if you can identify a tiebreaker, somebody that maybe both of you trust.